Martin and Ralph.
A civil rights story.
Oh my God, Dr. King, thank you so much for your support.
It will be a cold day in Arizona when I'm not there to support the plight of the worker. This is my friend Ralph Abernathy.
A pleasure, a pleasure.
I'm sure you good folks have heard, but things are dire down here for our janitors and garbage collectors. They're being paid pennies for every dollar that the white coworkers take home. I'm Jerry West, president of the largest trade union in the country, and we need your voices to fix this disgusting injustice.
Before I leave the city, I can guarantee your workers will be paid the money they deserve.
Come on, Mark. I booked a room at the Lorraine Motel.
See you later, Jerry.
See you soon and thank you.
Dr. King! Dr. King!
Great. Another paparazzi.
How can I help you, ma'am?
Dr. King, I'm a reporter from New York Times. How are you doing today?
Well, I'd say,
Great, me too. Many Americans are wondering why you're doing all this. Why are you stirring up trouble in the South when you already have everything you want?
Excuse me?
You know you have your Civil Rights Act, your Voting Rights Act, both signed by Lyndon B. Johnson several years ago. Yet you're still out here causing headlines. Many white and black Americans are worried about you only hurting the cause by being so aggressive and abrasive about minor issues.
Listen here, you're right that civil rights are important. You're right about the voting rights. Voting is critical for the representation of the African American. However, there's another kind of democracy that I find myself concerned about, and that's economic democracy. I know a lot of folks who've never been bothered by who the president is, but when their boss wants a new yacht, that's when the real oppression starts. It's time to level the playing field. It's time to bring democracy to the workplace.
Thank you, Dr. King.
Man, it's a nippy one out tonight.
Martin, do you think they'll remember us?
I'm sure the janitorial workers will appreciate our efforts for a long time.
I don't just mean the janitorial staff, I mean our people, the battered, broken black proletariat of this sinful country. Will they remember us?
It matters not the faces and the names of the ones who bring about change. Our legacy doesn't wait for us in museums and murals. Whenever a Negro child can get a good education, whenever a little black boy can go to bed not hungry, whenever a colored boy and a white girl can hold hands without fear of the furious father's torch, that will be our legacy.
This is why I like you, Martin. I ask you a simple question and you whip out a speech for the ages.
You're no mumbler yourself, Ralph. Take it easy. Tomorrow I will give my speech to the janitors on strike.
Dr. King, you have to leave the building now. Hurry up.
What's the matter?
There's been a bomb threat. Everyone has to evacuate now. Let's go.
This is unbelievable.
Not so, my friend. Unfortunately, when you make good trouble, bad trouble is sure to follow. I'm not scared anymore. The only fear I feel is for the ones I leave behind should I depart from this earth before my job is done. And then I got to Memphis, and some began to say the threats and talk about the threats that were out. What would happen to me from some of our sick white brothers? Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. And I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. We may not get there tonight, but I promise you, we as people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy today. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. Make sure you play Take My Hand, Precious Lord in the meeting tonight. Play it real pretty. I'm off to Memphis, Coretta. Guard your heart while I'm gone. Are you troubled?
Oh, you big fool.
My love, forget the whole thing. I'll stay home. Your love means more to me than any cause I've ever fought for.
Don't you dare! Martin, you are God's revelation. Go and liberate those people. I'll be here. I'll always be here.
I'll take the earliest train home I can. I'll get home safe and soon for you. I love you.
You're right. It's not about how they remember us. It's about how their lives will change because of us. They'll have to take my life too before I let your work end here. Thank you, my friend.
And we're on day 5 of the mass demonstrations taking place against the murder of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We're here now with Ralph Abernathy, a Baptist member and close friend of Dr. King. What's on your mind, Ralph?
Yeah, hi, Steven. So I was actually with Dr. King on the day of his assassination. The thing that spoke to me the most about my friend was he never asked for any favors. He didn't ask for any compensation for his appearances or any kind of accommodations even. He just showed up and got to work with the people, our people.
And what do you think will happen to the civil rights movement without Dr. King?
I don't know, Steven. I really don't. I'm worried. A lot of people are worried that the movement is dead. I-4 will keep fighting because that's what Dr. King would have wanted.
Beautifully said. How did things turn out with the strike?
Well, I actually have a clip from the trade union right now. Take a look.
This is Jerry Worth. The janitors and garbage collectors ended up getting the pay raise they were asking for. No thanks to Mayor Loeb. All thanks to Martin Luther King Jr. Good job.
Congratulations to those workers. I think Dr. King would be happy to hear that, don't you?
I think that Dr. King really wanted us to realize was that rights are earned, not granted. We can't sit around waiting for others to give us our humanity. It's up to us to take it.
Well, I'm all about equal rights, but I'm more concerned about these violent riots. Some of the rioters have even destroyed property. Isn't there a peaceful path forward?
Riots are a language of the unheard, Stephen. If there was a peaceful path, we'd have taken it by now. And I'm a lot more concerned with those destroyed families than any destroyed property.
Well, there you have it. Next up, weather.